You're listening to The David Knight Show.
You know, whenever I talk about this E-Verify thing, I've pushed back a couple of times in terms of responding to tweets that were put out by Ann Coulter or the Center for Immigration Studies that she retweeted. Many people, if they comment, will start attacking Ann Coulter. That was not my intention to put it out there. I agree with Ann Coulter that the key issue in front of us right now is immigration and that nothing is being done about it. I don't disagree with her about that. What I disagree with and was somewhat puzzled by is why the GOP focuses so much on E-Verify and ignores the entitlement system that's here. I mean, we all know that it's the GOP elite that want open border immigration, people like the Koch brothers, people like Mitt Romney and others. They want cheap labor. The Democrats want more voters, and they want dependents who are on welfare. Why wouldn't the GOP attack that? Why wouldn't they attack the welfare angle? That is the giant magnet that's pulling people in. I've got a big problem with people who come here wanting free stuff. I don't have as big a problem with people who are coming here wanting to work. Yes, they're undercutting American labor. They're lowering our standard of living. And we have to have control over that. But at least they're coming here to work, as opposed to the people who are coming here to live off of welfare. Why wouldn't we stop that? Isn't that a bipartisan issue? Why wouldn't the Republicans go with that first? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because these same people who are running the Republican establishment want the cheap labor, they want the voters here, and they want immunity from any kind. They've created this problem. All these people are here. They're not even really sure how to verify these people legitimately. And if we ever started a crackdown on businesses because they're using cheap foreign labor, they have legal liability. And so they want to get rid of that legal liability, and they will throw your liberties under the bus. They'll make you get a privileged license from Washington. So let's talk a little bit about privileged licenses and how ridiculous they are. Colorado just passed a law. The Colorado governor just signed a bill into law that will allow children to operate a lemonade stand. How about that? You can do that without a permit from the government because you needed to have a permit from Colorado in order to open a lemonade stand. And you still do in most states, reports Fox Business. Last summer, Jennifer Knowles helped her young sons set up a lemonade stand on a hot day in Denver. Her children's entrepreneurial endeavor was soon shut down because they failed to obtain a $125 permit. And that got some publicity, so now they have pushed a law through that this law in Colorado, as well as a law in Utah, doesn't just cover lemonade stands. It covers any minor operated business. If you want to mow lawns, if you want to shovel snow off of somebody's driveway, if you want to do babysitting and so forth, any minor operated business, you can now do that without having to pay off the protection racket that we call government. Should we call these kids dreamers? Oh, no. That name is already taken. Those are the kids who come here for a free education at your expense, at the expense of your American dream of owning a home, because you're going to have to pay higher taxes to build those schools, all those free schools that the dreamers are dreaming of. But we've seen headlines, as Fox points out, headlines like New York State shuts down child's lemonade stand, or Rhode Island police shut down a kid's lemonade stand, citing a city ordinance, so forth. The young boy was busted in Missouri because he shoveled someone's snow. And one such story, a 4-year-old, Abigail Krutzinger, was selling lemonade to passerbys in her small city in Iowa in 2011. One cup of lemonade cost 25 cents, and pretty soon, this 4-year-old girl had made $5. And then the police arrived and shut her down, demanding a staggering $400 for a permit. Yeah. So that's right. Just like we see with E-Verify or with any business, having a business is a privilege. You're not allowed to dream of being an entrepreneur. And if you even want a job, if the Koch brothers and the conservative GOP establishment has its way, you will have to get permission to even have a job, not just to start a business, and to dream of having a business, but even have a job, you'll have to get permission from Washington. But welfare will be a right. Welfare will be a right for foreign citizens to come here. And then let's take a look beyond lemonade. Let's take a look at the absurdity around CBD. And again, CBD is derived from hemp. It doesn't contain any THC. THC is what gets you high. THC is in marijuana. CBD is, both of these come from the same plant, but you can have different plants. You can adjust by selective breeding. You can have more or less of either one of these. You can generate a pot plant that's got tremendous amounts of THC and very little CBD. Or you can have a plant that is almost all CBD and has no THC in it. And we've got, remember, 60% of the states have nullified the federal unconstitutional law. They don't have any right to do it under the 9th and 10th Amendment. The 18th Amendment that was set up to prohibit alcohol and the 21st Amendment that made it legal again testify to the fact that the 9th and 10th Amendment don't take away the authority of the federal government to prohibit anything. And yet now everything is prohibited unless expressly permitted by the FDA, by the DEA. So we have CBD, cannabidiol, and of course that has been used for medical purposes. And so even though we've got legal marijuana, and again, legal marijuana will have THC, the substance that gets you high, CBD doesn't. Even though medical marijuana has been legalized in 60% of the states, we still have CBD being attacked in places like California. Where else? Where else? California, where they don't respect any individual liberty. Just this January, one individual had the California Department of Health show up at one of his LA warehouses and confiscate $140,000 worth of beverages that had CBD oil in them. He said state officials put an embargo on his product. They went after his company, the company that helped to package his products in Northern California. He said, I didn't think this was a problem. He said, we have legal medical marijuana. We got legal recreational marijuana that has THC in it. CBD, you can't get high. It's simply health issues. And he said there's a lot of people that they're selling it in grocery stores. They're adding CBD to smoothies and so forth. And he said the Department of Public Health in California has the view that CBD can't be put in food, beverages, animal foods, you name it. That is a cannabis lawyer who said that. He said it's kind of interesting that you can have marijuana, which is still federally illegal, yet there's a path towards sales for companies that want to actually make it and sell it, whereas CBD is derived from a plant that's no longer federally illegal. Remember, they just legalized hemp. And yet there's a ton of roadblocks here and zero clarity on how to do it for many products. Yeah. It's called the arbitrary exercise of power. So CBD is federally legal, and California will crack down on it. Marijuana, medical marijuana, is still technically federally illegal, but they allow that. It's just about money and taxes and getting away with whatever they can get away with. When we come back, we're going to talk about the CIA director who says, we lied, we cheated, we stole.
DNA Force Plus, our most advanced formula yet. DNA Force Plus is focused on overhauling your body's cellular engines and supporting your optimal energy levels while adapting your body to handle the daily bombardment of toxins. DNA Force Plus contains a combination of the best adaptogens on the market to help your body adapt and bend, not break. Hand-picked adaptogen herbs help protect your body on a cellular level. It's time to try the newest version of one of our most powerful formulas yet with DNA Force Plus. Available at InfoWarsLife.com today.